Maybe you look at it as a challenge if you were the head coach, and what ifs, you know, what if I was in charge of that program? What would I do differently? You know, what would we have done to prevent some things? Yeah, I think as a coach, you always know what your culture is and what you would do in those situations.
That was New Mexico State's new men's basketball coach Jason Hooten today when asked for his outsider's perception of what happened under Greg Heyer and how he'd work to prevent it now that he is at NMSU. Last week, another big week for explosive news surrounding the New Mexico State men's basketball program as two former players filed a lawsuit alleging sexual assault against three of their former teammates and gross negligence against former coaches Greg Heyer and Dominique Taylor. Amid all of that, Hooten has been trying to rebuild the team and help the program move past the darkest days in its history. Now, Hooten was officially hired by NMSU almost a month ago now and has begun the slow process of building the team. He's hired 3 assistant coaches plus a graduate assistant and officially signed 3 players. It's a complete overhaul of the NMSU roster. Hooten will be bringing in 13 new guys, something he says is best for everyone. Changing the culture of the NMSU program immediately is what Hooten was hired to do, and when he's been approached by recruits and parents concerned about what happened in the last year in Las Cruces, he's asked them to look at his clean track record in 13 years at Sam Houston State, not what happened at NMSU before he arrived.
You know, I think culture nowadays is a word that maybe is loosely used, but a word that is even more important than ever. You have to live your culture on a daily basis. You know, I think you just have to look at my track record. You have to look at the past. You have to look at what we've always done and what we always built there at Sam Houston, and you know, maybe who I am and what I'm about. And you know, from that is the culture, because it's all about who you have around you.
Hooten and his staff are still hard at work, continuing to rebuild the program with an entirely new roster. He also said he's looking to hire a couple of new assistant coaches. Has not been easy, but Hooten is embracing the challenge and wants to bring respect back to the NMSU program. We'll have more from Hooten throughout the week on KTSN.